Hey fellow runners, and welcome to the channel You Do Run. And today I want to share with you my experiences as a new runner with buying running shoes, what I think makes a good running shoe, and what you can learn from the things that didn't work well for me. So let's go. So right now you probably ask yourself, what's a good running shoe? And what's the difference between a lifestyle sneaker like this one that you probably like because it's good for walking around, and a running shoe like this one here. And so there's several differences between those. One is of course the upper part. This here is much more breathable, so if you're sweating and if you're running a lot, then your feet are gonna sweat. This is much better for ventilation and everything. So here are more leather parts. And the bigger difference, of course, is in the midsole here, the foam, which in the lifestyle shoe, this one here, it's very stiff, it's very hard. It's okay to walk around in the cities and maybe do your 10,000 steps every day, but it's not so good if you want to run a longer distance. So these better foams here, they compress pretty well, and then they propel you forward. So they are almost like little trampolines or something, and it's a lot more fun to run in these, and it's also better for your knees, for your hips, for everything. So I would definitely advise to go to a sports store or a running store. What will very likely happen if you go to a sports store is that they, in case they have a treadmill and a video camera, then they will put you on the treadmill and film your running style, and then afterwards probably say that you overpronate. Overpronation means if this is your foot on the floor, then overpronation would mean that your foot goes to the inside, and there's also supination, which means your foot goes to the outside. And both of these directions mean that there is the whole system up until your hip is gonna be slightly off, and that can lead to injuries with your knees and with your hips especially. But the thing is, it doesn't need to be a problem. So it doesn't necessarily need to be fixed. But if the people in the shoe store find out that you overpronate or supinate, then what they're gonna do is probably try to sell you one of these shoes, which is a stability shoe. And I can only say for me, they didn't work at all. They were just really boring to run in because they didn't have this popping trampoline springy feeling like better shoes do. They're relatively expensive, I think, for what they're providing, and yeah, for me the better option is to just add an insole into a neutral shoe and be happy with that. But if you're uncertain about that, then maybe it might be better to see a physical therapist, because I mean, they don't want to sell you something like the people in the running store do. They want to sell you the more expensive shoe, of course, unless it's a very good running store where people really care about you, but you know how it is, right? Yeah, so that's that. Let me show you some of the shoes that I have that I can definitely recommend. Yeah, let's see. The Nova Blast 3 is very reasonably priced, and especially now that the Nova Blast 4 is coming out, you can probably get it at a discount. The 4 is not that much better, I guess, so it's okay to get the 3. It's the shoe that I ran my first half marathon race in, so that's has a very dear place in my heart. The Nimbus 25 is a very well cushioned shoe, so especially if you're a bit on the heavier side, it might be a good shoe for you. There's also the Nimbus 26 coming out at the moment, so maybe you can get the 25 at a discount or get the 26 right away. If you're a bit more ambitious, then the Puma Deviate Nitro 2 might be a good pick, or the Saucony Speed 3 or Speed 4. All of these shoes have a little carbon plate inside that makes you go a bit faster, but it has the drawback that it's not so easy to go slow paces in these shoes, so maybe it might not be the best for beginners. So that's it for today's video. I hope it provided some value for you. If it did, then feel free to hit the like button or add something in the comments if it was not clear or if you have questions. And see you in the next one. Bye.